3 minutes away from 8 now. You're on ABC Southwest Victoria. And look, normally Justin Williams from I Explainer joins us every Wednesday morning around this time for a chat about technology. And you might have noticed Justin hasn't been on the show for well over a month now. And there's a very good reason why we haven't heard from him. The last time that he was on was Wednesday, the 4th of August. And that's a day which I'm sure you'll probably never forget, because just after Justin had been on the show that morning, he had a stroke. And within a few hours found himself in hospital in Melbourne being operated on. The good news is that he's making a great recovery, although he's still got a way to go. I spoke with him earlier this week.
I had a stroke. I had a stroke, and I would like to tell you my story. 1 week ago, I was normal. I was hard-working but I was tired, really, really tired. The way I was working wasn't healthy. For months, the focus was all work, and I had stopped taking the time for myself and my body. I had stopped going to gym. I had stopped swimming. I hadn't seen my friends in a while. I wasn't present in the way I wanted to be with my family. Something had to give. It was a big day, and I was still going at 12:15 a.m. But I had become used to it. It was normal. I was editing a video at a client's office. Deadlines were looming. My wife messaged me, and I decided to call it a night and head home. I'm going to talk about the scariest day of my life, but it's also a positive story because it's the most luckiest day of my life. I think I'm going to go to my favorite spot in the world to tell you my story. I get up early at 5:50 a.m. and I'm preparing for my radio segment. We are discussing the Olympics opening ceremony and the technology behind it. I have a headache, a splitting headache, and I do my radio segment with Jeremy. I need to go to bed. I'm so tired, but I don't have time for this. I've got so much work to do today. My body wins, and then I lie down. It's just for half an hour, and I'll get up and go back to work. My wife is going out, and she asked me a question. I think I'm talking, but I'm not. It's a really weird feeling. It's like I'm asleep and I'm snoring aloud, but I'm really wide awake. She looks worried, and I don't know why she's concerned, because I feel fine and my headache is all gone. And she asked me if I can smile and raise my arms, which I do, I'm fine. But she insists, and she calls 000. Honestly, it's not that bad. It's okay, it's cool. My voice comes back, and I'm getting dressed and I'm fine. But then I stop talking again, and then my voice comes back. It's really bizarre. It's funny. 000 are not sure how long an ambulance will take. My wife is really onto it. She drives me up to urgent care, which is only 2 minutes away. I'm walking up the driveway, and then I'm feeling fine. But for the first time, I feel a little bit worried. It's sort of weird. And I'm lying on the bed, and I'm talking to the nurse, and then I'm telling her what's happening, and then gone. It happens. I can't speak. It's just like totally, I can't move my mouth, but it's not like I'm trying to move my mouth. It's totally a different level. It's hard to describe. If you watch The Matrix, the movie, the scene where Keanu Reeves has his mouth taken away, it's probably the only way to describe it exactly. I just can't conceive the concept of communication. I don't know how to make a noise or anything. I just don't. I can't visualize how to move my mouth. And this is all happened in an instant. And I know this has changed me forever, permanently. So I'm in the ambulance going to the big regional hospital, and I've never been in an ambulance before. I'm really quite bewildered. I'm looking out the windows, and I'm seeing the trees pass, and I'm trying to visualize where I'm on a road that I have driven thousands of times before. And then I'm thinking of the kids and school and what they must be doing right now. And the ambos take me to the emergency department, and the nurse is really caring. And I want to thank her for everything, but I just can't speak. Things are being stuck in my arms, and then I'm getting my head scanned, and I need to use the bathroom like really, really badly. I can gesture with my left hand, so I need a bottle like right now. I know the ED manager, and he is a really cool guy, and I've never seen him in his work environment. I see him in a whole new light, and it's impressive. I want to tell him who I am, but I can't. He doesn't recognize me, and I'm wearing a mask because of stupid bloody COVID, so he has no idea who I am. And a screen appears, and it's a neurologist in Melbourne, and he's talking to me, explaining that I have had a stroke and I need to get to Melbourne as soon as possible. I can't grasp the concept. It's like a dream, and I'm going to wake up and be fine, but it's not. I don't really know much about strokes. I've seen it on TV, and old people get it, and their faces go funny, and you have to act fast, and their brains are shutting down. But I'm starting to appreciate the enormity, the seriousness of the situation. I tried enormity, I got it. For the first time in my life, I have absolutely no control over what is happening, and people that I have never met are going to determine what happens to me next. Deadlines and projects that were super urgent just an hour and a half ago is suddenly just totally irrelevant. My wife appears. I really need her. She stands next to me, and I just break down in her arms. I'm so terrified, and the reality of it all has sunk in. They're going to take me to Melbourne in a hospital, in a helicopter, and ambulance is going to pick me up. And in my mind, I'm estimating the cost of flying a helicopter to Melbourne and back, and then I don't think that I need a helicopter. I'm not that important. But I would really love to fly in a helicopter. It would be super cool. But I don't recommend for anybody listening to have a stroke to get a free flight in a helicopter. My right arm is buggered. It's not working, but my left arm is good. My wife wants me to do a thumbs up picture for a photo for the kids, because I don't want them to come and see me like this in hospital. My kids, and I'm thinking that this is going to affect them and their exams, and I feel terrible. I don't know what I am going to be like when I come home to see them again. My clients, and I've got so many things that have been booked in today, and I'm definitely trying to get my wife to ring and cancel everything. And I'm pointing at my phone and my calendar with my left hand because it doesn't work. And I know my wife will handle it. She always does. And all my jobs, the festivals and weddings and filming, and I'm gonna let everybody down. And I don't want my phone now, as it has lived with me for the last two years, and I just tell my wife to take it. I can't be dealing with it anymore. These new ambulance people arrive. The guy sits with me and he says, I'm going to sit beside you all the way until you're safe in Melbourne in surgery. I sound weird. I say goodbye to everyone and my wife, but I have to go pee again. I look at the rear doors and they're shutting in the ambulance, and as the doors close, I'm focusing on my wife in the gap, and then when it shuts, I feel all alone. But this guy is sitting next to me, reassuring me, and he says it's going to be okay and it's all going to be fine, and I really appreciate what he's doing, and I hope he knows that. The helicopter looks badass. It's in its hangar, and my stretcher goes into it effortlessly. I'm really in awe of these pilots and of this awesome machine. My friend is sitting beside me, my friend is sitting beside me, monitoring my stats. I'm sitting nearly upright. I can see us rising into the clouds. I start to cry again. I didn't want the crew to see me, and hopefully I'm pretty sure I concealed it. I'm so lucky that the helicopter is stationed down in the southwest, just 45 minutes flight time from Melbourne. I'm facing west, and through the clouds, the terrain is really stunning. We live in such a beautiful part of the world. That's why I'm standing on the beach, because it's awesome. But I wish I had my camera, because I need to film this. It's good content. And the high rises, I can see the high rises and lots, and one gets bigger and bigger, and then we're down. I have to wait for 5 minutes until the propellers stop. It's really, really cold when I come out of the landing pad, and the pilots wheel me into the hospital, and I'm looking up at the ceiling going past, like I've seen in hundreds of movies and TV shows. Then I'm in the operating theatre. Everyone is prepared. Everyone says, hi, hello, hi. I get the feeling that they know exactly what they are going to do, and they have done this hundreds of times before. On the count of 3, they lift me up onto the operating table. I tried to say goodbye to my helicopter friend, but I couldn't. Stupid bloody mouth and stupid brain. Ugh. It's so frustrating, but I'm sure he knows how much he helped me, and I see him walk around the corner for the last time. I wish I knew your name. I would love to say thank you in person. I know this. I did not know this, but my wife has spoken to the hospital and has consented to doing the operation. I'm sitting up and I'm looking around, but I'm not really scared because I'm fascinated and I want to see what they're going to do to me. And there's all these cool devices and everything, but and I'm determined not to go to sleep. But they put a mask on me, and I'm thinking of my beautiful kids, and then nothing. And then I wake up, and then I'm at daze, and I go to sleep again, and then it's dark outside, and the clock on the wall says it's 7:20 p.m. I have a headache, but this it's not like the one before my stroke, and my arms and legs are really sore, and I touch my head with my left hand to feel where they cut into my brain to do surgery and shave my head, but there's like nothing there, so I have no idea what the hell they did, but I feel 100% better. This was the scariest day of my life, but it's the most luckiest day of my life, without question. And then the nurse comes to see me, and she asks me where I am and my name, and I try to move my mouth and say nothing. Nothing comes out, and I try again, and then I manage a grunt. So it's like that, and that was great because that's where my recovery begins. And I feel that I have never been lucky as before. I have never had a more lucky day in my life ever before, I guess. Okay, bye. Thank you for watching my video right until the end. I would like you to consider subscribing to my channel, as I am producing lots of content about strokes, stroke prevention, awareness, stroke survivors like myself, and the medical professionals that help me get back to normal, as normal as I can be. So thank you again, and I'll see you in the next one.